Hello, everybody. This is Angie Speed, and this is the Human Colony Hucolo webinar. And it is Saturday, November 4th, and we are here back with our wonderful, beautiful, loving James Charles, and happy to have him back.
Thank you.
Yes. And for announcements, we have our we have our gathering scheduled for August 8th through August 12th, 2023. Oh, 2024, right. I'm like, I don't know why 2012 continues to be in there. There's energies of that year. So it is $6.95 a person, and it is in Canandaigua, New York. We are offering a payment plan because it is far enough in advance, and it's about getting together, a fellowship in our alien friends, and also oneness with us as well, getting together as a group. If you are interested in that, please send an email to classes@hucolo.org. I will get information out to you on how to sign up and register for that. Jim, would you like to add anything to it?
Yes, I'd like to say when we are all apart, we are sparks of light in the universe. But when we come together, we become a very big light that can be seen from far, far away. And the universe will know that we are gathering. And I think that the more of us that gather, the greater that light will be. And the more we can come together as individuals, as a community, as a world, and as a universal world as well.
Yes. Would you like to tell me who is in your room?
I'm going to have them sound off.
Will, Mark, Blair,
Donna,
Safira.
Yes, I have 5.
Very good. And then in our room, we have me, Jim, Michelle, Christine, Jen, Joan, Leela, Susan, and Wendy. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Yes. Okay, so in the room requests are Isis, Sphinx, Valiant Thor, Archangel Asimel, Anaga, Takur, Elijah, Athena, Golden Fire or Flame. Wendy had experienced some people in a ship with some computers, and she was wondering if someone can go ahead and talk to her about that.
and Ken Jean, please, from
And Jean.
And Ken Jean. Okay, thank you. All right, Krishna Priya is back, so we will hand the reins over to her. I will watch YouTube for you, Krishna Priya.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So I guess the next thing to do would be to have did you do blessings already? I'm so sorry.
No, we haven't.
I've not done blessings, and Michelle, Joan, Wendy, and Will. That is the order for blessings. Michelle, Jen, Wendy, Will, and then the rest we can do at the end.
Okay, perfect. So let's start with Michelle then, and then just in that exact order: Michelle, Joan, Wendy, and Will.
This one's from God. Tia koronyaraka, tia gunyahada gorodo, chua giada, tia kratia nyataraka, odiaka, chua kianyorogo, oria kiadara koriata, tia kronyaha, chiagoro, chiaka. Namaste.
My children, the world is teetering on the brink of destruction, but yet you live, and yet you will survive. Do not lose faith ever. Do not lose understanding ever that I am in charge. I am allowing these things to happen for a reason. I'm allowing this world to get to the point where it has to turn to me. And if it does not turn to me, then it will be destroyed. but many of you have already come to me. Many of you have already come in a way that is making me happy. So it is that I will spare you at this point. Much love to you, and be prayerful always.
Joan?
Jen, it was Jennifer.
John, sorry, Jen, go ahead, Jen.
Shinta kohonowe wakana hatake kananatakaha okashikatichichi shika hakonobo hawe. Namaste.
We care about you deeply, and your prayers are heard throughout the universe for helping of those that are in need and in pain and in suffering. It is time for the world to change, and that is coming. But heed the warnings that are coming to you, and know that we will help you change and help the earth become a different place.
Kia noro ni ara ka ahata ka he ma o he ara naka shi jo yara pahi niu tu na para niu hon nia mo noro nu itira na ta ko te nia ta ha pahi ka he no na ira ma paha e te tu ma e pahi pa popo e na ka ha pahi te Toko hiena mama to new ho.
From the halls of Shambhala in the Himalayas, they speak to you that they are coming forth, that they will be with you shortly, and that they will help the world to be cured, that they will help the light to shine brightly, and they will see to it that everyone is taken care of. But for now, they must be silent, but they are telling you that they are coming to make sure to prepare the way for them, because they are ready.
Asahe ta'aturata, sihaka ashisa, na ta takahriti, shi so toru husuhita, na takahasa akahaya taharata, shoko o toru hutarta, nasa ayhaka asihika, noto utuhura, sha saata takieti toru huto, shiko utur anasa, eka ashahiko, uta uro ushahe, Nasa aya hashahaka atartaha.
Some are very loving, but they do not feel love deep in their heart. Some are very giving, but they do not know what they are doing because they are giving out of responsibility and not out of compassion or need to the others. They are taking themselves to a place, but they are not feeling what God wants them to feel about their actions. Please, if your heart is cold, warm it, bring God into it, refresh it. If your heart is unable to do so, then you must do introspection and find a way for the love to be true, honest, and unshakable. For God knows what is true and what is not.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so you've gone through all of the requests or not? Yes.
I have
Yep.
gone through the request, but Jim, would you like them to be reviewed again?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Isis, Sphinx, Valiant Thor, Archangel Asimel, Naga, Takur, Elijah, Gold Fire or Flame. Wendy had an experience with a ship above her head, so someone from that. In YouTube, we have Gary Piazzi requesting Kara Pleiadian Emissary and also Ken Jean.
What did Gary request?
Kara from the Pleiadian Emissary.
Oh, Kara. All right, yeah, because I didn't understand what you said. That's all right.
Thank you. All right, that's it.
All right, very good. I will be back with you sometime later today. Have a wonderful session.
All right. Have a wonderful session.
I am Elijah. Fear not, for God is with you. Know that he is good, and he is honorable, that he will keep his word, and he will heal the sick and feed the hungry. You are his hands, and you are his feet. You are his mouth. You are his words. Do what you need to do to heal the world as much as you can. Reach out, as we always say, he says, to reach out to those that are in need. But many of you are in need yourself. Remember to take care of yourself first. Make sure that all your needs are met, that you are happy, that your heart is full, that your kindness is true, that everything that you do is for him. Many of you are listening to God daily, but have no energy for it, have no thought for it. And it has become old hat, as we say. But it is not anything that should be shaken away. It is not anything that should be approved of or dismissed, I should say. It should be embraced so that you know who God is within your heart, within your soul, within your being. There is no other time more important than the present for you to know your God, for you to understand him, for you to love him. More than anything else in the world, you must love God and reach out to him. For how is the blessings going to pour in if you cannot connect with him? Many of you have connected with him, but it is time for the warmth, the love, the compassion and beauty of God to come into you. You need healing too. You also need what God has to offer. I know he is sending you out to all parts of the world. And I know he is sending you to different places to do healing and to do work and to speak. But you need healing as well. You need edifying yourself. You need building up. You need to be your full and lovely self before you can go out and help anyone else. It is time for you to realize that. Some of you are moving forward, trying to do the best that you can to stay with the Spirit. But in your heart, you're sad, you're longing, you're fearful, many things. Fill your heart with God and move forward. It is hard to move forward without him, because that means that it would be all your energy. Let his energy move you forward. Let his energy be a spark in your life. Let his energy fulfill that need within you, because he can fulfill all needs if you allow him to, if you ask him to. His concern right now is for his people that are doing his work. He wants all people to do the work that he has given to them and chosen for them. And many of you are chosen and are part of the elite. You may not understand what that means, but it means that you have been chosen and that you are put on a higher place, not to be over people and glowering and doing these kinds of things, but to be there to help the world. When you are the elite, you must be humble. You must be aware. You must be loving. You must be compassionate and healing. Take care of yourself. It is time for all to take care of themselves. I'm not speaking to 1, 2, or 5. I'm speaking to hundreds, thousands, and millions. I know that many people may not be listening in yet, but I believe it will reach them. That God is telling them to build themselves up, to love themselves, to arm themselves against negativity. Because if you are weak in love, if you are weak in spirit, you can be attacked very easily. You may say, I've always been strong in spirit. I've always done everything that God wanted me to do. I've always done what I needed to do. But there is something within you missing if you can be destroyed. God loves you with all his heart, soul, mind, spirit, everything. He loves you beyond what you can possibly imagine. And I know that some people are here that do not understand what God wants. But he wants you as a beautiful, amazing person that he created to rise up. And even if you have failed, that is just a stepping board for you to be greater than ever before. Because you have now experienced something that you can say will never happen again. And you can put it behind you and say, I am stronger for it. I'm greater for it. I'm more loving for it. Thank you, God, because I needed to experience that so that I could understand the world a little bit more. Understand myself a little bit more. Understand the people around me a little bit more. Many of you have good friends and family that are around you, but it is hard for you to relate to them. You need to find a way to do so out of your example, out of your beauty, out of your expression of love. Although they may make you angry, remember what anger is. It is not something that you want to feed. Anger is not something you want to build or make something beautiful out of. Anger is not a beautiful thing, nor is depression, nor is any of the other negative emotions. But you must bring the positive to everyone. But first, as I said, God wants you to bring the light to yourself. You cannot bring light to anyone else unless his light is within you, is coming forth, is burning. You must have a burning desire to be with God. You must have a burning desire to know who God is. Please tell us who you are. Please feed us with your understanding and wisdom and truth. Please feed us with your compassion, for we need it too. We need it too. We all need love and compassion. And sometimes we feel like we're out there all alone with no support. But God can support. God can bring compassion to you and love and fill your heart. You must allow that. But the only way you can do this is calling on the Holy Spirit and deeply praying for that love. Deeply praying for his Spirit to move upon you. This is the time for that to happen. The time of miracles is about to reoccur. Time to come back. And you will be the ones with the miracles in your hands, the miracles in your wisdom, the miracles in your compassion, because it's all together. You don't just have miracles without one aspect of God. You have miracles with all aspects of God. Listen carefully. You have miracles with all aspects of God. Bring that in, understand it, and pray diligently for that to happen. Much love to you, my children.
Thank you.
There are many trying to come right now. Be with us for a moment. I am Asimel. I am an archangel of sorts, yes. Someone has called me today.
Who was it that called us Samuel?
Oh, it was me. Thank you for coming, Archangel Asim. We appreciate it. Thank you. I understand that you are one of the angels to open up one of the seals.
I am. That is correct.
Could you elaborate on that and tell us exactly where things are at with the seals being opened?
Please. I can tell you that, yes.
Thank you.
The second seal is about to open, but it has not been opened yet. And let me tell you why. There is still time for things to be taken care of in this realm, for that seal to stay closed for a little longer. However, the universe sees it as not a good chance of not opening, meaning that it should open very soon. But it has not come to a point where the world is involved in this transgression, this war. And so the seal has not opened, but it is very close. The other seals of famine and pestilence and things of that nature, they are down the road after war. There are so many things for the earth to survive before they can see the light, because many are stubborn. And as you saw with the Bible story in Egypt, where Ramses became harder and harder, no matter how many pestilences came his way, he still cursed God and he still turned away. This is how the earth is. They will not easily give in to the light because they are working against it. And so, as this time comes, there will be many things that come to the earth to scourge it and scar it, but it will make it through. We pray that it does because of people like yourself, people like the people that are listening here. Yes, there are other things happening that are behind the scenes that could actually clear things up a little if people would understand, but we see that their minds are closed. And so the seal may open at any time.
Thank you. And how is your physical avatar here on the planet doing with all of this?
It is drained of energy.
Yeah.
But God fulfills, God strengthens. And so I give out the energy that I can to bring forth what is necessary at this time.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I have a question.
There is a question in the room.
Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you.
Well,
Can you hear me? Can you all hear me?
can you hear her?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. I was going to ask this question of Commander Thor, because there was a message which came from him to humanity. It's connected to what you have just shared, that everything is going to be okay because the light beings and alliances are overcoming all the evil which would have been come our way. There will be no nuclear war. The nuclear weapons have been disarmed. Not to fear things of this nature. It's all happening to wake us up, but none of the things that we hear are going to happen will happen. And I'm just wondering, in light of what you said, that it's on the brink of happening, this seems a little contradictory. Can you speak on that? Is that a
Yes.
true message?
It was true when it was spoken. That message is true from the vantage point of when it was spoken from, which was a while ago. The thing is, many things can change. That was the probable future at that time. They could see that things could be mended. They could see that the bombs could be shut off. And many aliens, and I'll say the word aliens, shut off some of the bombs by using mankind against their own will to shut them off. They would tell them what would happen if they would destroy the earth, and they did not want that. And so it was held off. It is not that the nuclear weapons have been dispowered, unfortunately. They are still in activation mode. They will and can be fired if they are supposed to be. The thing is, our current look at this world is from a very high place. And that high place says, it is not the second seal yet. It is not time for nuclear weapons yet. And we do not see nuclear war. But we do see a great many deaths and a great many countries coming together to have war. And if that is the case, the second seal will be opened. But it will be different than you may think. This war will be a different war than any ever seen on the planet. And if that is so, then we are forlorn.
I have a second part to my question, but thank you for answering that. About what's happening now in the Gaza Strip and Israel, which some of the other nations around Palestine are threatening to join in. Is that adding to this whole possible apocalyptic situation?
Correct. This is something that needs to be stopped. This is what we are waiting for. The second seal cannot be opened unless other countries become involved in a more active way. They are active in some ways, but they are not active in a way that would cause a world war. Sorry, that didn't come out well. But it is that they are on the brink of it. And if Iran, many of the others that you know their names, become involved, we are most curious about Iran, because if Iran becomes involved in a very active way, then the seal will be broken.
Iran, okay, I'll just add this one little part, because Iran is backing the other terrorist groups in the other countries.
Correct.
So they are already involved, but not
They're not
not
actively.
escalating the war exactly yet, but they're threatening to.
They
right?
are
Yeah.
threatening. That is what I'm saying.
Right.
If they become active, then the second seal will open.
Okay, thank you for that.
Okay, thank you very much. There were no other questions for you.
Very well. I will bring someone else.
I have one in YouTube.
Yes.
Okay.
This is from Usi, USI. He says, can you tell me what ETDNA I have in my body and why?
One moment. The why is because you are open to it. The ET DNA that you have is Pleiadian and Arcturian. It is activated because this is a time for the Pleiadians to be in charge, and Arcturian because they are working technology-wise in this planet.
Thank you. No other questions.
Okay, thank you so much.
There's another question here.
Okay.
Greetings, my brother.
Greetings.
Yes, I understand and respect your role and the information you brought. Thank you. Can you speak of the love of God?
Yes.
Can you speak of what each individual and humanity can do to bring in God
Absolutely.
and focus on not opening the seal?
Correct. The problem is with opening this seal is that there's many minds that are set against it.
Yes.
But God's love is here. And if they would turn to God's love, it would definitely not open. We all can pray, all of us, that this does not happening. And I would even go to say that you should spend an hour praying for this a day, if you have that time. Because this is so important. This is so much of God's will to be happening at this time. We can change the world through prayer. We can change the world through what we ourselves are giving out into the universe. If we are giving a little light, then that is what will be seen. If we are giving a great many bits of light, then that will be seen. If we are challenging the evil, that will be seen. You say, I don't like the word evil. Oh, I'm sorry. That's what it is. It's negativity, it's evil, it's wrong. Many people don't like to say those very negative things because they think it is frightening. But you must deal with what is real. What is real is good and evil. What is real is positive and negative. What is real is how the world is right now. If you cannot see the evil, then open your eyes because it is there. And I do not like to speak of that. I like to speak of God's love, as you would say. But a lot of people are overlooking it. Pray that it is destroyed. Pray that it is gone. Pray that God reaches in. For only with his love and his power can this be averted. He does want this to be averted. He does want this to be averted. There is no question. I know him, and I know he wants it to be averted, but he is leaving it in mankind's hands. Because that is his promise to mankind, that they have free will, and so he has given it over to them. Now we will see how they handle it. But pray for the leaders. Pray for those that are in charge. Pray for those that they will open up their hearts to see what mankind is all about, to see what God's love is all about, to see what God can do in these situations. It can be miraculous. Is that good enough? Yes.
Thank you for your words, my friend.
Yes.
Thank you for your words.
Do you have something to add?
I would like you to express to everyone why you love God. Why you love God, and why you chose to be an archangel, and why you choose to continue to be of service to God. That's what I would like you to share, my friend.
Because he is the light of the universe. He is the strength and power of all things, the creator of all things. He is in all things, and he is in me. And I feel him everywhere I go because he is there with me. And I pray to him constantly. I never let him out of my mind. I never let him out of my thoughts. And he has been powerful and good to me. That's why I love him. He is my strength. He is my power. He is my love. He is my compassion and joy. I have so much joy with God, and he can bring you so much joy as well.
So I heard you say that he brings you joy. Excellent. What other things about the love of God instead of the power of God? How does God's love move you and fill you? How does that? Please talk about that.
God's love moves me and fills me when I am encountering him. Meaning when I pray, when I do what I need to do to keep in touch with him, it is that he talks in a very quiet way to me as well. It is not all power and strength. He has a very gentle side. He has a very unique side, if you will. I am deeply rooted in him. My roots are in him. And so I take my nourishment from him. That is what I need to express to you, is that he is my nourishment.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for sharing.
Did you want to add something? I feel that there is something that you are looking for.
It is not time yet.
It is not time yet. Perhaps you are right. Perhaps you are right. But if there is a positive message, let it be said.
The love of God is with you always.
Correct.
This total acceptance, no matter what the messages you're receiving, this total acceptance is always with you.
Correct.
Knowing that you are accepted.
Yes.
This is the free will that you were talking about before, that it is in humanity's hands.
Yes.
And this idea that people need to act and need to pick a side are what's elevating this situation. Instead of finding common ground and feeling the peace inside their heart and seeing humanity, seeing the humanness in each individual and the spark of God in each individual is what's going to bring us together.
Correct. But I will tell you this. I do not have free will. I have given my free will over to God.
Did you hear what you just said?
Yes.
You continually choose to.
Yes.
You do have free will, my friend.
But I give it over to God.
Yes, and so do I. And that is but it's a continual choice. It's a continual devotion to the presence of God and living through God.
And it is what everyone I wish would do. Because I constantly give myself over to him.
Yes.
He is my nourishment, my strength, my love.
Yes.
I give my free will to him because I want his will to be done. And for his will to be done, I must give myself over.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Praise God.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, there's one more question from Michelle. If you have a question, Michelle, go ahead.
Thank you. Thanks, Karen. Christian Faria. I just wanted to actually make a comment that Will, you were saying, about what how does God feel? How do you know? But when you know, when God has touched your heart, it's the most breathtaking, beautiful, deep love excitement you can possibly imagine. I just wanted to put that out there because people don't know. When this happens to you, there's absolutely
yes,
no question. No question of it. I don't even question the love of God anymore.
exactly. And that's probably where I lose some of my definition to you, is because I am so enthralled in it, so wrapped up in it, that I don't even see anything else.
Yeah. I just wanted to reiterate what you said. So anyway, thank you.
Very well.
Okay, thank you so much. Angie, was there another question in the chat? Or was it?
No, that was it.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Those were all the questions that we had for you today.
I will bring someone else. Blessings to you all. I'm Kara. Someone has called me.
Yes.
It is someone from our YouTube chat. It is Gary Piazza. And so if we could just have a minute for him to type his question. And is there a message that you would like to give us while we are waiting for that question to come in?
This world is filled with duplicitous activities. This world is filled with darkness and light intermingling into one being, into one thought. You do not know the truth from the falsehoods because you've mingled the light with the dark. This world. Yes, there was some interference. But anyway, it is time for people to realize they cannot live in a duplicitous way. The light and the dark mixing together makes gray. And gray is not the color of the universe. Gray is not the color of the universe. So bring your thoughts into the light. Take away all those things that you have learned from this world, that you have grown up with and have been taught to be violent and taught to be angry and taught to be different than your nature. Turn those things away. Learn how to be light. Learn how to be full of the beauty that is. Learn how to take away that which does not belong. When you mix the chocolate in with the vanilla, it's hard to separate it. It cannot be separated. But you can separate it because there are ways to do that in this realm. And that is by accepting God the way he is meant to be, instead of how you wish he was.
Thank you for that beautiful message. Gary asks you, what messages do you have for this group and for him in particular? His name is Gary Piazza.
He is a musician, and his music carries great energy and strength and very, very great understanding throughout the universe. They hear him, they understand him, and they applaud him. He is going to be someone who writes. I hope that he is going to rise up. I hope that he is going to find a way to break free from where he is. I want you to, Gary, to know that your energies are great and that you can bring forth many things if you wish to.
Thank you for that message.
Any luck with the message in the chat?
The message, I already gave that message.
No, I meant the person who had the question.
Nope, that was, well, it says, please discuss direct contact for awake and ready starseeds.
Yes, awake and ready starseeds. Well, let's go back to the beginning. Are you awake and ready starseeds? What makes you believe that you are an awake and a ready starseed? Are you practicing all the things that are of nature of God? Are you practicing your empathy? Are you practicing all the gifts that God has given you? Are you practicing compassion, love, and helpfulness? Are you feeling the love of God within you? Are you the awake and loving starseed that you think you are? This is the question, because if you are not that awake and loving starseed that you think you are, work on yourself. That is the message for today from all over the universe. You must work on yourself so that you can work on many. Now, if you are an awake and loving and capable starseed, then my message to you is to rise. Listen to the words of God during your prayer, the word of God during your prayer. Oh, excuse me. Listen to the word of God during your prayer. He will love and guide you and direct you to the places you need to go. He will open up opportunities for you. He will tell you what to do. He will guide you to the places that you need to go. He will let you know. He will speak in ways that you may not understand sometimes. You will open up your computer and there will be a message there or a site there that you've never seen before, and it has a message for you. Or you'll open your phone and there will be a message for you. Or you'll hear something that somebody says and it will bring out something within you that will activate the love of God within you. Activate all the things that are beautiful about you. It is that you must be ready, and ready soon.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. There was a message from Leela. She says, is there any message from you for her?
The central sun ideas are wonderful. Keep them up. Continue to move forward with them, for they will be bright and they will be very positive for the universe.
Thank you. Beautiful. That was all the questions that we have for you.
Very well. I will
so
go.
much.
I was only intending to be here shortly anyway. One moment. Greetings, I am Takur. Blessings.
Welcome back, sir. Lovely to have you.
Thank you. It's been a while since I've been here, so I thought I heard someone mention me, so I thought I would come today and answer their questions.
Who was it that requested Takur, please?
Me. I did.
Okay, go ahead then.
Takur, my love, please tell me how is Ram doing, Bob, and everybody on the ship.
They are all doing well.
So how is Ram? Can you please say anything about?
Well, I'm not supposed to divulge anything that he is involved with, but I can tell you that he is fine and doing well, and that all the things that he is planning to do are now coming into light.
Do I visit still often your ship?
Yes, every now and then, but only in the astral. It is not permitted for you to go in the physical yet, but your presence in the astral has been frequent.
What can you say anything about New Earth? Do you have access, or can
the
you?
new Earth is coming. There is no problem with that. It will happen no matter what happens to this Earth. New Earth is coming.
Did you
But it
already?
will not be what you think that it is.
Right.
The new Earth will present itself in a way that is totally unique and beyond your imagination.
Right. So can you already see it? Can you tell us anything about so we can imagine?
It is beyond your imagination, but it is something that is already here in many ways. It's just not in your vision yet.
How many humans are visiting New Earth at this point?
Not many. Maybe a few thousand. But you have billions of people on your planet, so a few thousand is not many.
All right. How many living permanently, if from humans or aliens at this point in New Earth?
870.
Aliens or humans?
Both.
Right. So they already transcend to the New Earth long time ago, some time ago.
One at a time.
Right. The monks. Okay, the last question. How is my healing for Himalayas and Tibet doing? It's end of the year, so I am getting updates for my work. Can you please access the energy?
Yes, it is doing well. We have all access to all energies at all times.
So what's percentage? Can we give me a percentage of the work of Himalayas and Tibet for this year?
78.
Is that for Himalayas and Tibet together?
Yes.
Fantastic. I love you, my love. Thank you for everything.
Very well.
Okay, thank you. There's a question from, let's see, from Wendy. Go ahead, Wendy.
Thank you. So after this recent retreat, I've been getting galactic messages. One looked in the shape of geometric art. One came as the bank of computers on a ship. And then this morning I had one, I couldn't read it, but it was big yellow lettering and then a few sentences of words. And so can you tell me who is reaching out to me, or what messages are meant to be known from these images that are being shown?
They are opening your eyes to different understandings and ways of speaking to people. You are someone that will be able to speak to more than one kind of person. However, they want you to reel everything in and take a personal look at what's going on within you, so that your mind can also be in alignment with your body, soul, and spirit. There are many times when you can get out of alignment easily with the third density, the way that it is around you, and the third density, the way it is within your mind and how it was brought forth to you from the very beginning. And so there are things still in that perception that need to be taken care of. And I believe you know most of it, but they are trying to find ways to get it out in a better way, in a less aggravating, frustrating way. You have been frustrated about how to get these things out of your system. You have been aggravated about certain things that are happening, but you are chosen to do many things. So you must be pure and clear. And in order to be pure and clear, it takes a lot of work. And these are messages about that pureness and clearness.
Okay. Is there anything that you can assist me with to, I'm guessing, release whatever is being held in my mind to step to that next understanding?
Well, these images are held within your mind, and they are working on your synapse and working in your brain. They're opening and closing things that need to be open and closed. You are moving forward. You are making steps in a positive direction, as well as many other here are experiencing similar things, but not the exact same thing. But it is that you are becoming prepared. They are trying to prepare you in the best way they can.
Okay. Why is this preparation needed?
Oh, you have to ask yourself that. It is
It's
that
the communication. My understanding is that the communication with the ETs is going to be sooner than we think. And so,
yes.
yeah, I think
And so
it'll be.
everyone has to be ready for that. And you'll be able to speak to them through some of these thought processes, but you have to let them sink in. You have to let them purify in your brain. Let some things go that will not attach to them.
I see. That makes sense. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Much love to you.
Yes.
Okay, Angie has a question. Go ahead, Angie.
I just wanted your perspective of what you see with well, not yours, but the Galactic, our Gurkviknir. What do they see that with how Earth is progressing? Do they see, people coming together in some areas? Do they see?
Yes, there are pockets. There are definitely pockets of light. This is a pocket of light right here. You would see this as a pocket of light if you were off planet, because this area will shine very brightly because there are several together that are bringing light. This energy that has come together on this screen, there are many people gathered here. That would be a bright light. That is what is being seen. When people are alone and they are a bright light, they do see them as a bright light, but they see the singular light. But as you bring things together, it becomes tenfold. Your light becomes greater because you were with others that are of greater light. Your light becomes greater when you were with others that are of greater light, or with even similar light. Your light expands and multiplies. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, absolutely.
So yes, in this room, the light has multiplied because there are light-minded people in here.
What is the galactic consensus of how they see Earth moving right now?
It is moving. It is not a pretty picture at this moment, to be honest with you. It is not. But it will move forward, and we will help it as much as we can. I cannot make any predictions at this time.
Thank you. Much love, sister.
There is another question here, I believe.
Okay, fine. And then we have some here in the room still. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us, Takur. It's good to
Can you hear him?
Yes, yes. Just speak loud, Mark.
Okay. My question is about the law of separation and the Zhuog. Are they grandfathered and a grandfathered exception? And how does their approach affect your expectations around disclosure and what it will look like for us here on Earth?
The Zhuog is a sort of a question mark. Does everyone know who the Zhuog are?
No.
The Zhuog are the people some of the people that were in touch with Eisenhower at the time of the mid-50s, I believe it was, at the same time as Valiant Thor. And they made a pact not to return to this planet until it was time for first contact. That time was agreed upon as 2025. And so they are on their way. They're here, they're coming. We do not know exactly who they are because they are from a very distant place, but they seem to be highly intelligent. They seem to have a great deal of artillery, but they say that they are coming in peace. Now, the separation agreement. The separation agreement is when in 2000, late 2004, early 5, where they separated the world, Earth from the sky. Nothing from the sky coming in and nothing from the earth going out. Now, people, we know that many have gone in and gone out. So it is not like there has been no activity, but it has been by permission, A, or they snuck in, B, and or they got caught, C, and they will be prosecuted, but it is not a huge offense because it is usually looked at as a what you would call a misdemeanor. So it is, many of them will still attempt it because it's not a great deal of a punishment, but they want to eliminate it because people like ourselves, Girk and many of the alliances, will not break these rules. We will not come because your laws said that we are not supposed to come, and we will not take people from your planet except in astral because they said you are not permitted to. So we are following the rules. I know some people say, why follow the rules? Just do it. But we want to maintain a positive alliance with your world. And so that is why we do this. So, but the separation agreement could fail or fall apart by 2025. There are laws and legislation in the galactic government made by many different aliens against the planet Earth because they are not really following the rules that they laid down to have it eliminated. And so if it is eliminated, then first contact can come, but it's going to come anyway, whether these laws are removed or not.
I have a follow-up question.
Okay, there's some more questions over here on this side. The next
Karen?
question.
Oh,
Yes,
May I ask a quick follow-up question to that one, please?
sure, go ahead.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, a follow-up question to that is, you're talking about the group that came with in the 50s, but wasn't Valiant Thor, wasn't he grandfathered in to come and go off the planet?
Yes.
Okay, so he can come and go.
Yes, but he is not first contact.
I see. Okay. And the other question about the separation agreement is, I feel like a lot of planets, alien planets, not just from our Earth, don't want the separation agreement to fall apart, to end, because they don't really want miserable humans emigrating to their planets to get away. Is that true? I feel like it's not just our government who doesn't want to end the separation agreement, but also the aliens, and not for the reasons you just gave, but just generally speaking, they don't want immigration. Is that true?
Some.
Yeah.
There are those that don't like humans and would not want them to break the separation agreements, but so they have not been positively voting for that legislation. But there are others that really want to be part of this realm because they have interests here, and they want to be a part of everything that is possible. They feel it is time for this world to join the neighborhood. It is long overdue. It is long overdue. Even though there is those that dislike humans and those that would not want humans to propagate in their worlds or whatever, there are many that would welcome it.
And also, it's not only for first contact ending the separation agreement, it's about all the couples who want to finally be together, correct? That's the other point of it, isn't it? Ending the separation agreement?
That is only a very small part of it for the couples to be together
Right.
because they don't look at that as a priority.
Okay, but it's part of it.
It is part of it.
And how is Area 53 going? It seems like it wouldn't be going
It's
anywhere.
not going very well because of the wars.
Okay. Thank you, Takur.
Okay, thank you. All right. Christine has a question. Go ahead, Christine. Christine?
One moment. I'm pushing my button.
Okay. Right. Go ahead.
Hello, Takur. It's been a very long time.
Greetings. How are you?
I'm doing well enough. I'm really worried about one of my cats, and I know I once asked you about one. But this one, she had been attacked by 2 dogs, and she disappeared for a few weeks.
Is she back?
Yes, she is back. Thank you. But I'm worried about her. If there's something about her that's injured that I can't see.
Is she acting differently?
Yeah, she's sitting for a long time in the cat box. So I've taken it on. I've been rescuing animals, so my finances aren't all that great. So for me to take her to the vet, who charges a lot of money just to look, I want to know if it's I want to know if it's gonna if I'm not wasting my money.
Very well. I will do a scan and one moment.
She's a black cat, Maggie.
She is suffering, but it's more mental.
Okay.
Being attacked by 2 dogs is very mentally disturbing and traumatizing, and she has not come out of that. She saw her little kitty life pass before her eyes.
Oh boy. There were 2 dogs I rescued, so I feel really guilty.
Do not feel guilty. Animals are animals. They do have souls and beauty, but they react the way they react.
Yes. Thank you, Takur.
You're welcome.
Blessings to you.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Sorry. Susan has a question. Go ahead, Susan.
Hello, Takur.
Greetings.
Blessings to you. So I was on the same retreat as Wendy last weekend, along with Joan, and it was very expansive, and I'm still integrating that expansion as Wendy and Joan are as well. But I received a telepathic message while there that from Athena that I was her, and I've never connected with Athena before or channeled her. So I was kind of surprised by that. I'm just wondering if there's any clarity you can provide as far as my connection with her and why she's stepping forth for me at this time. And then also in the recent channeling practice this week, I reconnected with the Farak, which is a galactic fire sentient consciousness.
Yes.
And a year ago, I was told that I would become known for channeling them because I guess nobody else had channeled them before me or something like that. And in the coming years, I'd become known for being a channeler of them. And they came through with like a new type of light language. I had an experience from them before. So I'm just wondering, and as part of that same practice, I was told through channeling from our Arcturian that I'm supposed to put my energy out there more, like put myself out there more and connect with people with my energy and match my energy to theirs and not blast them with high vibrational energy that might like overwhelm them or trigger them. And that I would kind of learn how to do this, how to share my energy and match it to the individual in my connections with them. I'm just wondering if you have any messages for me around any of these new insights, this new information that I recently received.
It is all very new for you. Yes, the Farok is going to work with you. Yes, they will come around. You have not been working with them much lately, so but there's a lot for you to take hold of before they will work with you constantly. But there are a lot of images and messages that are coming through to you and through to many people right now. Clarify, go inside, do the work that you need to do for bringing forth the most beautiful light that you can, loving, kind. And it's not that you're going to overpower people with your higher density thought processes, but you may overpower them with your thought that you want to help them too much. So you have to be sort of a humble. It has to go in as a humble way instead of like, I can help you, but it is that I know that you can. And you know that you can, but sometimes people get taken aback by that. So you are someone that will be able to do this, but you need to find that measure of evenness and balance that comes with learning these things. You are doing very well, but there's still ways to go.
Yeah, I've been trying to be focused on being, more grounded, more centered within myself, and just be more, be an example and not try to,
Go in and look at these things. Yes.
Yeah.
It is for you to look at these things. It is for everyone to look at these things. And yes, you're getting a lot of messages because you're open to them, because you're sensitive to them. And that's an amazing gift to keep and have. And so bless you for that. But it is time for everyone to temper themselves and make sure that they are being seen the way they want to be seen.
Yep. All right. Thank you very much, Takur. It's always wonderful to connect with you. Much love to you.
Very good.
Okay, go ahead, Michelle. You had another question?
Thank you. Hi, Takur. I just have a quick question about Commander Valiant Thor. He has been communicating with a fifth dimensional human from Area 52 on the Air Force Base. So I'm wondering, like, do they have a jump room where they can just, go back and forth, or how does that work?
He is able to do that. Humans do not understand how he is able to do that, but he is able to.
Yeah.
He has certain areas that he specifies. He has put his signal on those areas, his energy on those areas, and are drawn to them. It is on his compass, so to speak, and he can be drawn there at his own will.
Okay, thank you. That's interesting. Thanks very much.
Okay, thank you. Sheer has a question. Go ahead, Sheer.
Hello, Takur. How are you?
Wonderful. And how are you doing?
Well, I'm fine, all things considered. Actually, I have two questions. And the first one is that I'm trying to align myself with God.
Yeah.
Meaning I'm trying consciously feel some sort of a connection between me and God in order to raise my vibration and achieve my highest potential.
Yes.
The question is how to do it constantly or effortlessly.
There is,
if you can,
there is no effortlessly, but consciously, yes. You can continue to pray all the time. There are many people on this planet that pray consistently and do not stop praying. They do to stop praying when they eat or when they are doing certain things, but in between times they are constantly in prayer. I see that you are a bright light, Sheer, and that you are not understanding why you cannot feel the way you want to feel. However, God is working on you in his own way, and he is going to bring you what he wants you to have. And as you are obedient and as you are doing what he wants you to do, there is nothing more you can do to feel this. It will happen at its own right time. Now you are in a place that is very difficult, but you must keep faith and move forward. And you are doing a good job of that.
Thank you very much. Also, I would like your opinion about what have occurred here with Israel. I mean, it kind of seemed out of the blue, but experience tell us that sometimes there are people that were working behind the scenes in order to create chaos. So I'm just wondering, I know that there was a lot of talks about the event, some sort of a catastrophe that will eventually lead to the financial collapse and etc. until the good stuff are going to start coming. So I'm wondering if this is the beginning of the event, the Israel.
Yes, we are wondering that too.
Okay.
But let me tell you why this happened at the time that it did. They wanted to block an association with another country. Israel was about to make some pacts with another country. And it was, this is their way of blocking it, because if they would have made this pact with another country, they would have been much stronger. Their allies would be much deeper, because that country also had great allies that they wanted. And so in order to stop that, they dove in and attacked Israel. And yes, there was things behind the scenes, absolutely. But the thing is, they were looking at this as a great threat, that if they didn't attack now, there would be no other opportunity if that pact were to be signed.
That's very interesting. Actually, that's one of my, I think it's Nivi's theory or someone else. I did heard it before. So hearing from you is, it's a confirmation. Very interesting.
And there was also other things going on. There were troubles before that, before the pact was even meant to be. I'm not mentioning the other country's name because I don't think it's necessary at the moment, but it is that there was much going on even before that, and that's why the pact was being looked at, and that's why the pact was being done so quickly. They were going to do it very fast. They were going to bring allies in for Israel very, very quickly. And so in order to stop that, they attacked.
I see. Thank you very much, Takur, and it's been a very long time. I'm very happy to speak with you.
Thank you. It's good to hear from you.
Thank you. Let's see. Joan has a question. Go ahead, Joan.
Thank you. Greetings, Takur. I went to a retreat also with Wendy and Susan, and I experienced this when I open my eyes, I see this grid, like a octagonal shape, like it's like a grid around to the people around them. And can you tell me what it's like? Color blue grid lights around to people.
Green
What
and
does
blue
that mean?
lights?
It's like a grid lights, like a octagonal shape, but it multiplies like a matrix.
I see. One moment. It would appear that those were downloads that you were seeing coming in. it would appear that they were coming in pretty quickly, and that they were pretty obviously, and they were being done, and they were pretty strong. You have the ability to see these kinds of things because your brain is more enlightened to that kind of work. There are so many gifts that people have that they don't even are not aware of. And this is one of those gifts that can tell you when downloads are coming, when things are happening around people, when energies are there, when beings are there, etc.
I see. And and also I could they teach me how to connect to my higher self, and
yes,
and yeah. And I
everyone
feel
should be able to do that. Yes.
I see. And
Yes,
also what's
connect.
all
Go ahead.
and also I receive all this kind of like a surge of energy in my body. Is that a
Oh yes.
download?
Well, let me tell you this. When you can see the energy around other people, it makes it easier to feel it. Some people are surrounded by energy constantly, but they don't feel it. But if you can see it and know that it's there, it makes it easier to feel.
I see. Thank
And
you.
should be able to feel it without even seeing it. Most people should, but a lot of people ignore it and pass it off. But if you can see it, you can actually feel it better.
So meaning that my third eye also opened up more.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's see. Angie, was there any questions in the YouTube?
Let me check. There has been a lot. Okay, let's see. Ty Battle says, do you know anything about the Galactic spouses visiting Area 53?
No. At this time, it's closed off because of the wars. They have not done anything recently.
Thank you. And she had a follow-up question that says, have you heard anything about 500 people that are about to be in the force density soon on Earth?
If that is true, if it is possible, I do not know about that situation.
Hey, Matt Wally asks, how is old Earth doing right now?
Suffering. Mother Gaia is in sad shape, but she renews herself with God constantly. But of course, she's been scarred quite a lot from very many things.
Gary Piazzi asks, hi Takur, New Earth News is wonderful, thank you. What messages do you have for those of us that studied galactic energy healing with you, Angie, and Jim?
It will get greater. The energies are greater. Those that understand what the energies are about, the healing energies are about, will be able to bring them in stronger. Also, if you're using the consciousness, you can bring the healing energy into an even higher state. When you bring the consciousness into your hands and move the hands into the healing process. So you will have greater healing abundance with the consciousness, and you will have greater healing with bringing the spirit in closer to you, with bringing the spirit into a greater closeness to the element of healing and the element of the physical being. That's a hard way to say it, but that is, I think you understood it.
Charles Kamayu, I've been using my I am presence for months now for transfiguring. In many ways, can I request a master like Buddha of Ruby Ray, or Archangel Azrael, or Uzriel to share affirmations to tap integration?
You may use whoever you wish. Yes. Call on them. They will help you. If you are already talking to the I am, you are in the highest power possible. You may bring others to you to help work with you, but the I am is the greatest power in the universe. So if you are able to use that power within you, you are very gifted indeed. Many people cannot use the I am in a very powerful way because they cannot understand it, feel it, know the influence of it, or what it all entails, because the I am entails everything. The I am entails all things. And so if you're using the I am, you cannot be using the entire part of it because it is too vast. But if you bring in a mentor or someone to be there with you, then you might be able to bring in more understanding of what the I am is doing.
Thank you. Beautifully answered. The second portion of his question is, I've been told I am a master of wisdom and everything will come to me, but it is going too slow for me. So please help me to speed up things with divine affirmations of integration.
First of all, if you say that you are wise, you are probably not wise. So reconsider that. I'm not saying that you're not. I just don't think it should be announced. So other people should be telling you that you are wise. And if you are, then this is a great, great gift. And it is a gift that will be seen and will be brought forth, and it will be scattered around. You will find yourself being greater than you think you are. But the thing is, be humble. All these things, yes, great powers. But if you are powerful and have no love or no compassion, then it does no good. Work on your love and compassion and humility. Work on all things that are good within you. Then these things become even greater and more powerful.
Again, beautifully answered. Diane Daganese, how does someone remember who they are?
Not often do people remember who they are. You can have a what are they called? Past life regression. You could have one of those, and they will probably be able to give you some of your lives. But the most important thing is to not make your past lives the most important thing in your life. This life is where everything is important. This life is where you are living now. And this life is where you bring all your energies to. If you are going to a past life and saying, oh, I was Cleopatra, or if I was someone very famous, and you put all your energy into thinking about that, you're not doing what you need to do in this world. You can use some of that energy to become greater, but do not fixate on the past.
Thank you so much. Tanya Battle asks, is the Galactic Council negotiating with the Zhuag?
No, they are not. They do not know what the Zhuag is doing. They have spoken to the Zhuag, but they are not really doing any kind of mediation. They just asked what their work was, what their intentions were, because they are from outside this galaxy and they do not know the galactic rules. They were given a set of galactic rules to follow. And so far, everything is very good. They're leaving Cassiopeia and going to Orion at this point. And Orion is somewhere that they need to do business or trade or something. But they are not coming to Earth until 2025, around September or October.
Thank you. Just Thinking asks, I've been seeing 2323 and 2332 recently as an hour synchronicity. I was wondering what message are my spirit guides and my higher self or universe trying to tell me?
2323 is a 10, which is a 1. And being as a one, it could mean several things. Independence, but it could also mean new beginnings. If you look at it from the way we look at it out here, a one can be new beginnings. It could be a sign of greater independence. It can be a sign of moving forward in one particular direction. There are many other meanings on Earth that other people can grok from that. I use the word grok, but it is that it is a one and it is a good number. It can be also looking toward oneness as well.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Just 1 second. Sheer had a question of who are the Zohag that we've been talking
The
about?
Zhuog.
Zhuag. Can you explain who they are?
The Zhuog were around in the late 50s or mid 50s with Eisenhower, and they showed up about the same time as Valiant Thor, because everyone thought that this world was ready for first contact, but the Zhuog came in and they wanted to have first contact, and so did Valiant Thor. But the Zhuog made a pact with Eisenhower that they would come back in 2025 when things are more ready for first contact, because they didn't want first contact to happen then. They didn't think that people would understand. They didn't think that people would be they thought people would panic and things and that they needed a lot more time. So from maybe 55 to 2025, that was their goal. So they're on their way back.
Angie, did you have any more?
Yes, USI says, who am I meant to be in this incarnation?
With prayer and meditation, you will find out who you are meant to be. Do you know of any of your gifts? Do you know of any of the things that you want to do? Because your highest excitement is important. The things that you want to do will blend in with your mission.
Thank you. Swazi wants to know, are all lives connected to each other, and do they follow a pattern?
They are connected to one another. All lives are connected, even throughout the universe, through the soul elements, because God is part of your soul. So you are connected to all things that God created. So your soul element is connected to all soul elements. What's the second part of the question?
Does it do they follow a pattern? And then she also asks, does it matter if I was killed? I have repercussion from it.
They do follow a pattern to a certain extent, because there are soul groups. Those soul groups work together to create patterns on the earth of learning, if you put it that way. Now, being killed means that your energy goes back to the source. So source energy and your pattern do have something to do with one another, yes. But it will be directed by those that God put in charge to do the direction for your soul group. Now, many people will say, what does that mean? That everyone has a soul family. Everyone reincarnates together, but there can be movement between the soul families as well. But these groups come together so that they can manipulate learning on the planet. They can bring about teaching, learning, understanding. Not everyone follows in these paths, but they are made to set up a pattern for that.
Thank you. She just had that follow-up question, which is she's going to Egypt, going to serve with her boyfriend. We spent past lives there.
Yes, that is easy. Yes.
Thank you.
Was that the last?
There's one more that's from Diane Daganese. Who is the group who are activating us space-time operations?
There are many groups, actually. There are more than one. Space-time activations can happen from many different places. We do space-time activations here in Kirkford-Near. They do space-time activations at Ashtar Command. They do the Council of Nine, the Pleiadian Council of Nine, the Orion Council of Nine. Everybody seems to have a Council of Nine because when the original universe was set up, 9 was a very specific number for God, because if you can divide the circle into its parts, it all equals 9. And so every mathematical algorithm from many generations and millions of years ago have been set up on that operation. So it is that many are sending that. Yes.
Okay, there was just a miscommunication. She says space-time operation is a group. Are they safe?
Are they safe?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
That's all I have.
Very good.
There's a question from Wendy. Go ahead, Wendy.
Thank you. Hello, sorry, I have one more question, and I appreciate you indulging me. I recently channeled the Naga with their, I want to say, star language versus light language. And I'm wondering why they want to come through at this time, and what their reasoning is for connecting, and how I'm associated with them.
Well, the Naga has had a bad reputation throughout the universe for a great while. But at this point, they have resolved who they are and have become a different kind of species. They are still snake-like, they are still ugly, but they are not any longer world eaters, if you will. They do not take over places any longer. They do not serve the negativity like they once did. And so it is that they are coming through at this time to show that they are at enlightened, to show that they are in a better place in the realm, in God's world. And they are trying very hard, and are succeeding, I should say, at being much more alignable with many species.
I see. Yeah, because I know whenever I'm doing channeling, I always have, only higher dimension beings and truth and purity of God, with my intentions to bring those beings forward. And I didn't have any understanding of why they were connecting with me at that time. So thank you for bringing that message, as I'm sure that many will be like, oh, okay, I didn't realize the change or the differences.
Yes, the Naga are misunderstood still in many places of the universe. They are still misunderstood because of their looks, partially, and what they did in the universe centuries ago in your time periods. But they have about 10 centuries ago, millennium, whatever it's called, they were very hostile.
Okay. There's always hope for change. Blessings.
Well,
thank you.
Yes, they had a sort of reckoning when they had a lot of disasters on their planet. And a lot of them started turning to a higher being instead of turning to the darker beings. There were some that always were in higher realm, but the ones that were in the darker realm were in charge. So just like on your planet is seen similar to the Naga, except they're not doing it in outer space, they're just doing it to themselves.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
You must come up here.
Oh, there's a question in your room. Great. Okay, go ahead.
Safira has a question.
Okay.
You must come to the mic.
I know. I was trying to say, if no one else is coming through now, if there's no time, I have one more question for Takur. Okay, well, I have two more. One is from Liney, and she said that there is a TikTok personality called Foul Mitten Outdoors, and there's a being around him in the woods at a place called the Wishing Stone. And she wanted to know what is the being who's there with the stone, because it seems to have strange energy, and what's happening with the stone. That's the first.
Where is this stone?
She couldn't find out where it was exactly.
It sounds elemental to me. Let me look.
Okay, thank you.
It sounds like the elementals are in charge of that stone,
Mhm.
if it's not well known in the earth patterns.
Mhm.
And so if you run across this stone, they would have to activate this stone for it to be powerful. But it sounds like a very powerful place. It
Mhm.
sounds like a place of rituals. It sounds like a place where they congregate
Mm.
to gather energy and gather wisdom and have meetings.
Mm.
I'm getting the insight that it is in Ireland.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. My question is, I want to ask again about virtual med beds, because there are some places which offer them, sell them, offer them. There's one place that offers a free trial that you can try it for 8 hours. Is this tachyon energy? Do you know about these virtual med beds? Are they
They're
good?
different. They are not tachyon energy. No,
Okay.
they are how can I put this? They are strained energy from different areas. They are good. They are good energies. They are not as high functioning because they are not gathered energy, if you know what I mean. But they're for one person to be able to work with.
So if I had one around my bed and I used it every night,
It would be helpful. Yes,
it
it
would be
help.
beneficial.
Yes.
Is it somewhere between the tachyon energy and the scalar energy? That energy that
Yes, it's more scalar.
more scalar. Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you, Takur.
Welcome.
And much love to you. Thank you.
Very good.
Okay, there's a question from Leela.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you. After Sophia, all this 100 question, I was thinking maybe I can squeeze a third one for myself. Can you please access my healing energy for Egypt this year? And if the Egypt healing affect positively the countries around because of the war, so I was thinking maybe that's has some positive influences.
Yes, Egypt, you can wherever you send your energy, that's where it will be. There will be residual energies because of scattered energies from your beingness. You have raw energy. It's not as focused as some other energies, but it will be very helpful and it's very powerful.
What is the percentage of the healing for Egypt?
Did you send it already?
I am healing for a year. 365 hours.
77.
That's very good. So will that influence when Isis is coming? She will be reborn, incarnated in few years. Well, because that's what I'm doing for her. Will that influence her in the healing for Egypt in some positive way?
It should.
Ah,
But I do not know that for sure.
right. We will know when she's here.
Correct.
Okay, thank you, my dear.
Okay, I believe that's all the questions that we have for you, unless there's any in the room or in the YouTube chat. But I think that's we've touched everyone.
Very well. That is good.
Just there was just one question left for Tanya Battle says, Can you ask if the shadow government work with Toth or the Zhuag? Does the shadow government work with Toth or the Zhuag?
The Zhuag is an independent. They are not connected to Earth in any way yet, except for having an agreement. But the shadow governments, yes, they may have some work with Toth, but it is not going the way anyone would see it, really.
Last question from Usi. Do I have an ET spouse that is only related to me?
One moment. Not that I am aware of. Did you have an idea that you had a spouse? I have a question. Did a spouse talk to you, or did a being talk to you about that?
This is online, so we have to give him just a quick moment to answer that. Diane says, who is Sonata?
Sonata?
Sonata, Sanada.
He is a wise deity.
Okay. There still is no response from Usi in
right.
regards to that.
I do not see that he has a spouse yet.
Oh, he says, no, I'm just wondering. I want to know if I have ET family members.
You do, but they have not contacted you yet.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Very well.
Thank you very much. We're pretty much running out of time. So I think now would be a good time to sum it up.
Very well. I will go for now. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Much love.
Much love to you.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Very good. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're running out of time. Joan, just hold that question for the next 2 weeks and we'll do it again. Okay. We had one more question that I missed, but we don't really have time to answer it. So we'll come back to Joan. Just hold your question, Joan. Okay. But thank you for your thank you for the wonderful channeling. A lot of information came through. So that was beautiful.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
Good. Good. All right. We have, did we do the announcements, Angie, or not? Can you do the announcements?
Yes. Our oneness gathering that is scheduled for next year is August 8th through the 12th, 2024. It's $695. We are offering a payment plan if you're interested. So if you want to spread the payments out. Again, our gathering is about oneness, our galactic friends, our galactic family, and just being together. If you're interested, please email classes@hucolo.org. I will get any information out to you. Our registration form and the flyer are on our website at humancolony.org. Also on our Facebook page. It is also there for you to check as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, everyone. We have some blessings for the end. I know that Susan wanted to do a blessing. Was there anyone else that wanted to do a blessing? We have time for 2 blessings only.
Angie will.
Okay, great. Susan and then Angie. Thank you.
All right. Te sia, ko te aia kutu ia te ikia ia sukua. Hia te aia ti kutu te aia sia kutu ikia ia tutu ia ku te aia sia ka ia te ia kuta ia ita ia kutu. Hazia kuku ia te auku ia te ia sia kukua te aia kia sikia. Blessings.
There are many that are lost and searching. Please become the light you are meant to be so that they can be found, that you can reach out and bring everyone into the light as much as possible. It is a time of great negativity, but it is also a time of great positivity. So we will work in the positivity so that we may defeat all that is other than.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Duhutu ara ano uchu u mu u a ta ukua mu ata totu unoa a mu utu ana a.
It is a beautiful world that you live in. It is a beautiful place. We do not want to see it destroyed. And so we send out prayers and we send out energy and then send out love for you to bring it all into an alignment that will work for you and for the universe.
You. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you.
Alrighty.
All right. So next week, just a reminder, we have, after long time, Max will be here.
Okay.
Yes. And so just also to everyone, remember, well, everyone who's not a US citizen, but just remember that daylight savings has taken place in the US. So please
Tonight.
check your time with a time converter, because the webinar is from 11 until 1 EST, but that can mean different things for different countries depending on where you are. So please be sure. I think Yana, you'll be back in sync with the US again. But everything is an hour earlier for the people who are outside of the US. So
I think that's part of the problem for today's attendance. People were like, what time is it?
well, we had quite a lot of people, but I will just say, like, for people in Europe, they already did their clocks back a week ago. So
Yes, and
US does it tonight.
I almost missed the session because of that.
Okay. So make sure everybody to check your times, because it's 11 a.m. New York time. And so make
Alright.
sure you
But
in
ours,
sync.
everything should go back to normal sort of after our time change. So,
Should.
yes.
Yes. All right. So everyone have a fantastic India. We don't change time, so it'll be an hour earlier for me, which will be great, because then it'll be 9:30 next week. We're finished, not 10:30. So
Good.
great. Yeah. Everyone have a fantastic week, and we'll be back next week with Max. And then
Very
we'll see
good.
you in
Much
2
love.
weeks.
Yes.
Thank you, Krishna Priya, for everything.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Have a fantastic rest of your day.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, Angie.
Bye. Yes,
Okay.
thank you, Angie, and thanks to everyone on the YouTube and in the room. All right, I think so, yeah. Okay, we're offline, so.
Still
All right.
live.